If it was 1 or 2 over, okay. But you're 19 over. But no, the only kind of break you guys are getting for this is I'm not taking you to jail. Your 2 options on this are a court date or a ride to the jail, and I'm giving you guys the court date instead of being charged with a misdemeanor.
On July 21st, 2024, a Monroe County Sheriff's officer conducted a routine resource check in the Florida Keys and encountered 4 people leaving a bridge. Upon inspecting their cooler, the officer discovered they were carrying 39 mangrove snapper, 19 fish over the legal limit. The officer presented the individuals with 2 choices, either receive a court date or be taken into custody.
Okay.
And my grandpa.
Okay. How old's your grandpa?
82.
Okay.
41.
He doesn't need a fishing license anyways. I'll run him by. I'll look everybody else up after, okay? Yeah, let's, right here works.
So what happens when we're...
So it's going to be a court date. We'll talk about it all once we count everything and see how many there are, okay? Do you know who caught which fish? You don't know who caught what fish?
Ultimately, the officer opted to issue a court summons. The officer explained that the legal limit for mangrove snapper is 5 per person, and that the combined limit for all species is 40. The group seemed confused by the regulations, mistakenly believing the limit applied to all types of snapper. The officer clarified that different snapper species have specific limits and emphasized the importance of managing mangrove snapper due to their regulated status. When the officer asked if the group could identify who caught which fish, none of them could provide an answer. As a result, the officer informed them that they would lay out all the fish and take photographs for documentation purposes.
Good size yellowtail for 40. Okay, so for mangrove snapper, you're allowed to have 20. Okay, you have 39. All right. The 40 snapper limit is for all the different kinds of species combined. Okay, so you could have 40 yellowtail and be totally fine. All right, but you're only allowed 5 mangroves into that 10 limit. Okay.
The officer also asked if any of the individuals had identification, but none of them did. The officer then instructed them to select 20 fish to keep, advising them to pick the largest ones. There's
a reason why it's 5. These fish are highly regulated. That's why we have size limits. It's why we have all this. My whole job is just enforcing this. Okay? So, do you have any way to separate who caught which fish? Do you know how many fish you caught? Do you know how many fish you caught? No? You and Grandpa has no idea either. Okay. So I'm going to line all the fish up. I'm going to take photos of all the fish. Okay? Does Grandpa have a photo of his license or anything like that?
No, he doesn't have a license. He has a residence.
Does he have a residence? Is the residence card with him?
I can ask my mom to send me a picture.
That would be fine. But you don't know if he has that residence card with him? I got you. And then do you have any kind of ID on you? Anything with your photo or anything like that?
I can see if I have a picture. I was
Okay.
Pictures. Is there any type of money for this?
No. Not for this many. If it was 1 or 2 over, but
So
you're 19 over. No, they weren't here fishing.
Yeah, they went, but they left because they went to the beach.
When I first asked you guys when I got on the top of the bridge, how many were you fishing? You said 4. But no, the only kind of break you guys are getting for this is I'm not taking you to jail. Your 2 options on this are a court date or a ride to the jail, and I'm giving you guys the court date instead, okay? Depends if the state wants to prosecute or however it all happens.
are you... Sorry that I keep asking.
Go ahead.
I've worked on that change already.
That's going to be up to the court. The only thing I do is I initiate the charge. All of that stuff is up to the state attorney's office and everything like that. They may offer you a plea deal where they lessen the fine amount or lessen the charges or whatever it is, but that's going to be completely on them. You'll get a notice to appear form, a resource citation with the court date on it. It's a notice to appear. It's not a physical arrest, but it's a notice to appear that you have to appear in court. Right now, I'm just waiting for one of my FWC partners to get here so we can start doing everything. I am going to give you guys the benefit of picking which fish you want to keep. We can put that yellowtail back in the cooler, actually. The yellowtail is right here, this one. Just that one. The rest stay out. Alright, can you just take a step back for me? So it's 39 mangroves and 1 yellowtail. And back in the cooler. There's going to be at least 14, 15 inches on the yellowtail. 17 inches. He was a big yellowtail.
After the selection was made, the officer issued court appearance notices to the group for misdemeanor charges related to exceeding the snapper bag limit. They were informed that the court date was scheduled for August 2nd at 9 a.m. before Judge Wilson. The officer provided the address of the courthouse and explained that signing the notice was not an admission of guilt, but rather an acknowledgement of their required court appearance.
So here's what we're going to do, okay? You guys need to pick 20 fish to keep, all right? I'm going to let you pick them, so you can pick all the biggest ones if you want, okay? But pick 20, okay? You guys can start doing that now. Just when you pick the ones you want to keep, put them over here. Don't put them in the cooler yet. 18, 19, 20. That should leave 19 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, you can put all those fish back in that cooler. You can keep loading everything else too.
You want to see if I get an ID for him?
He has a residency card though, right? Yeah. No, but he has the residence card, so it has the number on it still. Yeah, nobody knows who caught which fish or how many each one of them caught. She's in nursing school. She was born in 01, so she's 21, 97, and 95, and then the grandpa. And she was like, I thought mangrove snapper were 10 too, so I had her show me her ruler where it says they're 5. She showed me all the websites she checked. I told her if you just clicked on the website, it would have told you it was 5. And any kind of fishing trouble before. So it's going to be August 2nd at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Wilson. Okay? Here's the address to the courthouse. Okay? Yep. You can have an attorney appear for you and things like that too. Okay? It's for Florida administrative rule related to snapper for being over the bag limit. Okay? I need your signatures. Your signatures are not an admission of guilt. It's just stating you understand you must appear at that date at that time. Okay? We'll start with you, Raul. All right. We're going to take those other fish. There's an app for the phone. It's called Fish Rules.
You can help me explain this.
Yeah.
So, if you're fishing from a bridge in the Keys, 5 per person. The only time you can keep 10 per person is if you're on a boat in federal waters. You have to be further than 3 miles. Then you could have 10, but they got to be 12 inches.
I explained to him that I looked it up because
Yeah, you just got to make sure if you look it up that it's different from federal waters
it
to
said
state
snapper,
waters.
10 fish per harvester.
So
That's aggregate limit.
Yeah.
You're allowed 10, but only 5 of those 10 can be mangrove.
So there's an app called Fish Rules, okay? That app, you search the exact fish, you click on it, it tells you size limits, how many you can catch, and it goes off the GPS for where you are.
We still have, enough to be fishing, but we reached the 40. Yeah. We were counting before we left just to make sure that we weren't past the limit.
If there would have been like yellowtails.
Yeah, so that one yellowtail you had to make it to your 40, right? That yellowtail was totally good.
Different fishes.
Yes.
Exactly.
And that's why you were able to keep 20 mangroves and still have that one yellowtail. Okay?
I get it now, and I read it. It was just in general, so we thought that it didn't matter.
I got you. Alrighty. You guys are free to go. Make sure you go to your court dates, okay? Fish Rules. Can you pull your truck around? Thank you for everything. People really try to pull a fast one like that? Yeah. That's why.
In the end, all 4 individuals were cited for misdemeanors. The state attorney's office acknowledged that the group had attempted to check fishing regulations online. Consequently, 3 of the individuals were ordered to complete a Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation (FWC) course and pay $313 in total fees. One of the individuals, a 26-year-old male named Elaine, is represented by an attorney, and his case remains ongoing.